Dios mío. Get your shit together, bitch. If you wrap it up.
Oh no.
Por eso te tengo aquí en la casa. The fuck?
I know it's my house, bitch.
Omari. Oh, God.
Eh, what you baby?
You stupid ass.
All right. Well, I'm Omari.
And I'm Eddie.
And we are
the two voices of the week.
Stark Natives.
Our culture unfiltered. Discussing the way of this world.
My pitch was off.
Two voices.
Two voices.
Queer. Candid.
Candid.
Discussing the way of this world and the next.
Discussing the ways of this world and the next. Discussing the ways of this world and the next.
Discussing the way of this world
Discussing the ways of this world and the next.
Oh, fuck you, bitch. I really do like this look. Eddie, come. Give me your hand. Not that hand, this hand. Look at this bitch. He got a little snake on his middle finger. Bitch, I'll be flicking bitches off all the time. Right, very much. I'm like, fuck you,
Exactly.
you, bite the snake, you,
Yeah.
ha ha ha.
Self-control is strength. Calmness is mastery. You have to get to a point where your mood does not shift based on the insignificance actions of someone else. Don't allow others to control the direction of your life. Don't allow your emotions to overpower your intelligence.
And who said that?
It was posted by The Love Change, or you can just follow them on Instagram by The Love Change.
We've been getting a lot of free promotion, bitch, and I don't appreciate it.
I know, right?
Like, girl. But anyways, so yeah, I mean, I get that. You know, you don't want to let people have so much control over you that they are controlling your actions. While, you know, I do think it is human to react, but it's a difference to overreact. So I think that's a thing too. And I think sometimes we do overreact.
All the time.
We do. We overreact. Yeah.
It's just how you're going to proceed from that overreaction.
Yeah. Because like, what's next?
Mhm.
Then what?
Yeah.
Because you may overreact, and then what if they overreact? Then what? Because it's like it's cause and effect. It's cause and effect. So it's like, okay, so where does this end? Where does it end? So I think that when you care about a person, that you are going to, there's certain amounts of like energy you don't mind extending. You know, like with Eddie. I have my friend Eddie. I have a couple of other friends who all of them I know really well, you know. At least I believe I do. And until further notice, that is where I die on the hill. I would extend a certain amount of energy to make sure that we can repair our relationships. If we ever had a falling out, if we ever had any kind of issue that kind of has ruptured something with our connection. A bitch who I met in the club, hung out with a couple of times, I'm not going to extend that same kind of effort with you. But my friends who I've known for years, who I have a quality type of relationship with, not only is it longevity, but it's also the quality of the time.
Mainly it's the quality.
Yeah, but it's the quality of the time that makes me want to give my energy to repairing that. And it also takes a bit of humility as well to be like, you know what, I'm sorry, I fucked up and I apologize. And also I want to see how we can have a discussion about fixing this.
Correct.
Or repairing this. And I won't do that with everybody. I do it with my family members. I do it with my closest friends. But I'm not going to do that with everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing is as you should. Because calmness is a mastery. Meaning that for you to be able to stay calm, even in the most disturbing moments in your life, it requires time for you to be able to get there, to be able to be calm, you know. To be able to have self-control is just to take the time to actually center you to a point where you are able to communicate and not be clouded by the reaction or the emotions or the the way that the other person is going towards you.
Right.
Because whatever emotion that person is having is whatever is going through them, that they are just reflecting on you. You as a person just need to be able to cut that.
Yeah.
And be able to stay where you need to stay.
Yeah.
And it's centered.
Yeah.
And it takes time. It takes time to be able to get there. And not only that, but it's also like a very strategic kind of thing where you have to be careful on how you're going to do certain things.
There it is. I was just about to get to that because I was about to say, people. I don't personally care for people who are habitual high roaders because it's a surface thing where you can make it seem like it doesn't bother you, but really it does. So then that's when you get calculated and get petty and get strategic in how you react. And unfortunately, they say, don't argue with a fool because people won't know who's the fool.
Correct.
So then, you got the person who's high road and who does little petty things here and there. My mom used to call it throwing the rock and hide your hand. And, you're doing little shit, but then the other person doesn't react in that calculated way where they're a little more brass about it. And it irks me because it's a little bit of that like passive aggressiveness, because I feel like if you were the bigger person, leave that shit alone. Like leave it alone completely. Don't be petty and still react, but try to make it seem like you were unbothered. Because you're not. You bothered. Because now you're even putting even more energy into being calculated and strategic in how you're going to be petty or how you're going to react when you could just let that shit go and go on about your business.
But the thing is, when you're being strategic, it's in the sense of not being petty, not being overreacting. Because if you are able to calm yourself
to the naked eye,
not to the naked eye,
or just actually
like you as a person.
Okay.
Because you have to be able to understand you. Because the thing is, you can find a way of being strategic and find your way and center yourself and not overreact in a petty way and not overreact like being crazy.
Right.
Because you can still be calm and everything and still get your point across by not being petty and not being stupid.
Right.
It's all about the tactic on how you're doing and how you're going over that situation.
Tell me more.
No, I'm just saying. That's what I said. That's
because it sounds nice. But bitches not really doing it.
Yeah, because people do not know how to do it.
And but I think it does become a perception thing. I think it's really easy to pretend like something doesn't bother you, and it does. And then you do little petty things here and there that people don't see. The person that you're being petty to, they see it, and they don't react in that way though. They react like, bitch, you trying me. You're trying me, and you're trying to be slick about it and make it seem like you're not doing nothing. Truthfully, it makes me think about the whole, black people against racist white people thing, like, or black people against racist thing. It's like there are so many different, the systemic, the oppression. It's like it's also subtle.
Yeah, but it's
all very subtle.
True. I'm just saying, like, it's the energy that you invest into that situation, because it's like how you said, you can be calm and be strategic and still be petty and all that, but that requires some type of energy. If you put yourself in a center way and just keep calm and make sure that doesn't bother you, you can still tell somebody off without being petty.
For example,
I don't know.
I was like, you go ahead and give us the rundown. Run it down, because you seem to have the answers, and I need to know how can you not be petty but still be able to,
And sometimes you don't even have to say anything at all, really. Because that's another thing. You don't have to waste your time in saying something. Because I'm not.
Girl.
What?
Girl. Let's not. Okay?
I'm just saying.
Eddie the kind of bitch that if you two are not feeling each other right now, and Eddie not going to say nothing to you, he not going to look at you no kind of way, but he is going to very much dismissively say hello to everybody else. Oh, hi, my love. Oh, hi. And all of that. And kind of like just tiptoe around you. It's like you're not there. You're there, but you're not there.
I'll say hi to you because I'm a very respectful
And then,
person.
oh yeah, and he'll do
I'm
that
like,
too.
you know, hi, how are you? And keep moving. Because if you are not, the thing is, if you're not anything to me and we are not anything, then why am I going to let your presence bother me?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to still enjoy my time. If I'm going to a family gathering and there's somebody that I'm not okay with anymore because of whatever situation that we have, and whatever history we have, I'm not gonna then be like, oh, I'm not gonna go to that party anymore because of that person.
No, bitch, I'm going to the party.
I'm still going to the party.
I'm
still going to say hi to you and keep it moving.
Yeah.
Because your presence should not bother me.
Right.
Your presence should
versa.
not bother my calmness, my self-control.
Yeah.
So any place that I go, just because you're there, does not mean anything to me. It does become something when it means to me when your person actually affects me. When you're
talking about me and all that bullshit.
Exactly.
That's
when
weird.
those kind of things happens, then that's when it affects me. And it's like, how am I gonna react?
Mm-hmm.
And I have to be careful with that. So it's like knowing how you're going to react towards a person that shouldn't control you.
Yeah.
You shouldn't let that presence control your well-being, your self-being, your mentality, and everything. So it takes time for you to be able to get to that point and calm yourself and not get bothered by it.
Okay.
Like, I'm just saying, like, you, I know what you're saying about me is correct, but at the same time, it's like, no. What? Because I have with other friends, like, another thing, you got me. You. The other thing is, I had, let's say, like, there was a friend that I used to hang out with and everything, and then we went separate ways because he felt some type of way about me, and I think we have already touched that here. I was at an area and that person was there. I saw him. I'm like, oh, you know who is it here? I'm like, okay. And then I kept going, right? I got my drinks. I did move in. When I was walking and I was going through a door, he was coming in. He opened the door. He said, how are you guys? Because there was another friend of mine.
Yeah.
My friend said, oh, I'm doing good. And I said, thank you. And I kept moving. And that's it. I only needed to thank him because he opened the door. That's it. I didn't need to have a conversation with him. Yeah. And I didn't need to acknowledge that he asked how I was doing. Right. Because in reality, one, you didn't care about me. And the other thing is you only said it because there was another person there.
Yeah, you collectively spoke to us. Yeah.
So you had a strategic way of doing the whole thing because it actually bothered that I was there.
Yeah.
Because I can sense that you were bothered by my presence. But I was not bothered about your but I was not bothered about your presence because you are not nothing to me. So if we went our separate ways, then why am I going to let that bother me?
So okay, because I know, like, the way I am now, I don't really care about people talking about behind my back. That's like, that doesn't matter to me. My only rule to talk behind my back is be careful where you do it, and just don't let that shit come back to my door.
Yeah,
that's my thing, bitch. If you want to talk about that, that's cool. That's all on you.
And
but
not
I would
only
hope
that
you would be prepared for, if it comes back to me, then maybe I might have to address you. Maybe it depends on what you're saying.
Yeah,
but I mean, like, you can talk behind my back because apparently that's where you're comfortable. That's where your words are, they're most vivid, they're most, like, that's where you're most comfortable is behind my back. Then cool, boom, that's on you. But I would really hope that you would know not to talk behind my back to people that care about
me, know me,
and who would bring it back to me.
And that right there, that whole situation is like, how are you mastering your calmness in the whole situation? How are you having a self-control, and how is that significant action was affecting you?
Right.
It's all about that. And it's like, we have to make sure, how are we reacting to that? Like, I was having a conversation the other day, and somebody is like, oh, but I'm not gonna let somebody come in and be talking shit about us, and like talk shit about you, talk shit about the other person and another person, because at the end of the day I have to say something and put them in their place. And I'm like, yeah, that is fine and dandy. But at the same time, why am I going to bother myself to put that person in their place?
Yeah.
When that person don't really know who I am.
And that's the thing. Sometimes you have to know, like, be comfortable that what you're saying is not true.
Exactly.
It's like, I know it's not true. I don't really care.
So I don't care. So why am I going to let me get so angered and so like ready to put you under your place or something? Because at the end of the day, that person does not matter to me. That person is shit. It's shit. So it's like, it don't, like, I have come to a point in my life, to the point where I bring myself, and it's like, you ain't shit to me, so why am I going to get bothered by you?
Just dust.
Yeah. So that's the mastery of calmness and self-control, and it's being able to get to that point. That's how you have to do it.
Yeah.
And it's not easy, because it's not easy. And I know it's not, because I'm a prideful ass bitch. And if you really know who I am, you know that I'm very petty. and when I'm going to attack you, I attack you in a very calculate way. Right, Omari?
Yes.
Okay. So, but it has taken time and self-reflection and self-understanding, and understanding my flaws, and understanding my ways and what is toxic of me, to be able to get to the point where I'm at now.
Yeah. I had a friend, he's a really cool dude, and he and I just have to refer to him like that because he's a cool dude. He just I told him one time, like, I have a friend who doesn't really too much care for him. And I told him, I was like, yeah, they always have this little issue with you or whatever, for whatever reason. But it's like, I told him, like, don't do that. Like, he's a good guy. Like, he may have did that one thing, but whatever. He goes, you don't have to defend me to them.
Yeah. And you don't.
He was like, you don't have to defend me to them. Like, if that's what they think, that's what they think. They don't know me. You know me. Like, it doesn't matter what they think. And I was like, you know what?
It is true.
You a cool ass dude.
And that's the thing. And that's how it's supposed to be.
That's cool as fuck.
Yeah.
I'm here for
like,
that.
That's how it's supposed to be. Like, if somebody is talking shit about me over there and you there, if you want to put that person in their place, you can put them in their place. But at the end of the day, that person does not know who I am.
I don't know. It's just certain type of language I'm not going to take about my friends.
True.
Because one, I don't even feel like you're disrespecting my friend anymore. I feel like you're disrespecting me. Because that's my friend. And why the fuck are you sitting here slanging my fucking friend name in front of me like that? What's up with you?
Knowing that your friend is not there to defend.
Because you disrespecting me because you're disrespecting me as if I'm in on this shit with you.
Yeah.
I'm
like
not in on this with
care.
you. Yeah, like I'm not in on this with you. Bitch, no, you're not gonna sit here and slang my friend name in front of me like that. No. I've had to check a few people like that. No. Yeah. Bitch, I can talk about my sister. You can't talk about my sister. Or my brother. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, bitch, no, you shut your mouth. That's how it's supposed to be. Yeah, like, no. You're not gonna do that.
But you have, and that's when I say you have to be strategic on how you're dealing with the situation.
Just push them down the flight of stairs.
That too. But it's like, you really, when it comes to those situations, those points, it's like you have to know how you want to deal with that and be strategic to it. And be careful on how you are dealing with it, because you don't want to let your overreaction overpower you. Correct. You don't want to this situation diminish you to a level that isn't you.
Right.
Like, if you're in a high ground, why would you bring yourself down to that person's level?
Yeah.
Like, you shouldn't. Because that person is not at your level.
I'm all for being
So,
a bigger
no.
person, but if you're gonna be the bigger person, be the bigger person. That
Correct.
means if you say you're gonna be the bigger, let that shit go.
Then actually
Don't be
yeah.
petty and just do little things
Mhm.
and all that, throwing the rock and
Because
hide.
then
Don't
you're
do
not
that because
really
you're not being a bigger person. You just
yeah.
want people to think you are, but you're still
But
a
you're
petty
not.
ass bitch.
Mhm.
Let that shit go. If it's over, let it be over.
Correct. And that's another thing. Like I got offered a situation the other day, recently, to do something that eventually was going to be petty towards somebody else. And then I told my friend, it's like, you know what? To see where I'm at right now and where I'm at my point in my life, I'm not going to do that. I'm like, it's fun and dandy, but it brings a lot of drama that I don't really want to deal with.
It's like, I love a good kiki, but...
It's like, I don't really want to deal with it. And you know what? No, let's not do it. Like, I don't want to. Because I don't care for that anymore. Yeah. Like, that is... It's insignificant.
Very high school to you.
Yeah, it's very insignificant to me. So it's like, I'm not, granted, if it was 3 years ago, I would have said, let's do this, bitch. And I'll be the bigger petty ass bitch that I am, But now it's like...
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it worth it? That's it.
Is it worth it? Let me work it. Don't sue me. Don't
sue me. Is it like... Do I really need to invest my energy into this, my emotions, myself into this? Like, how is this going to affect me emotionally and mentally? Is it going to be something positive? Is it going to be something that actually gonna make me grow, or it's gonna make me lesser? Because if it's gonna make me lesser, trust me, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
And so what I did, I said, no, let's not.
Yeah.
So that to me is growth. Yeah. That to me is being able to understand that you are racing above the situation and not really caring about that and moving on.
Yeah.
It's
you gotta
all
lose
about
no
that.
winks about it.
Yeah.
No winks.
Like, you have to be able to get to that point. And trust me, it's not easy, because it's not. So.
Because sometimes it's just a lot more rewarding, in that moment to be petty.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just want to be like, I want to get this bitch together because this bitch thinks she won. I'm gonna get you together, bitch.
But sometimes it's like, you know what? Let
it's
that
just like
bitch
I don't
won.
have to.
Yeah.
I don't have
it's
to.
like, let she wanna think that she won. I'll let her be. Because at the end of the day, you know where you at and where that person is at. Yeah. And they will not realize it now, but they will realize it later, and they will be a bigger fool. Simple as that. Sometimes we want those actions to happen right now, like we want
like
that
instant gratification.
Yeah, that instant gratification.
Microwave hoes.
Yeah, but you know what? Sometimes it's not worth it. Just give it time. Let it be. Let karma be a bitch.
Because truthfully, I won't say it's more rewarding, because I don't think you should ever relish in someone else's misfortune. True. But I will say it is a lot more gag worthy when you let something slide and you see somebody get got together. And you're just like, oh shit, like damn. Damn, you really got together. Okay, well, good thing I didn't do nothing. That could have been me.
So see, it's all about strategy, because that right there is a strategy move.
For example, real quick. There was an issue one time. There was this girl, she moved in across the street from us. For some odd reason, I don't know what happened. Her and my mama had some kind of issue. The girl was really disrespectful, very disrespectful. I want to jump on her disrespectful. But I'm like, I'm a grown ass man. I prayed about it. No lie. I prayed about it. I prayed really hard about it. 2 or 3 days later, I don't know why she had to leave, but the girl was packing all her shit up and moving.
I told you, karma's a bitch.
And the girl looked like she was scared. I don't know what happened. I was like, girl, is the house haunted? What's going on?
What's going on?
But, that was the end of her, and I ain't seen young lady since. But the way she was talking to my mama, I was like, girl, I might have to skin you. But, sometimes you got to know how to handle things and know when to not
back down.
Engage in certain things.
Yeah. And when you're able to do that, bitch, that is rewarding.
Yeah.
Trust me. That is rewarding.
Yeah.
And not only that, but not dealing with that drama, with not those overreactions and everything, you save yourself from a lot of trouble.
A lot of dark energy.
Yeah,
it's
dark
a lot of
energy.
dark energy.
And it's like, and not only that, but it's like you are not gonna be complicating your life more than what is already.
Yeah. It's like life hard enough, bitch. Mm-hmm. Don't go out here making other people's life hard. Don't go out here letting people make your life harder. And not only that, but
don't even make it your own life harder. You have to be able to have a self-control and a calmness so perfectionist, and that is very difficult to get. But you have to get it to a point where you're making your life as most easy as most pleasant as possible, because life is already difficult.
But I'm Omari,
and I'm Eddie,
and we are
the two natives. Our culture unfiltered.
The two voices of the week. You could have still said that. No. I just, want to do my little ditty.
Whatever. And do not forget to do your daily saintly duties by following, subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing. And if you are on Apple Podcasts, then leave a 5-star rating or a 5-star rating and a wonderful review. Yeah, I said it right.
Make sure you do all of that.
Yeah, because this one over
here, whatever order you decide to do it, we keep trying to get this down, and I just can't.
He can't. I already have it down. He just can't. But it's okay.
Anyway,
like I said, we are the two voices
and we're
of the week. Okay, and I'm Eddie.
Straight native.
Bye. See you.
You bitch.